welcome back to my video. It's Christmas time, so this video is going to be a Christmas one, of course. Today we are drawing a table napkin with some cutlery setting, and as usual I start with my draft sketch. I try to create simple forms so that it doesn't take me too long to create this sketch. I always check on the reference photo so that I make sure that I do everything right. If you would like to know how I draw draft sketches, then let me know. I'll create a tutorial for you. I could also make a real-time tutorial so that we can draw the draft sketches together or even color the illustration together. It's up to you, just let me know in the comments down below. After I'm finished with my draft sketch, as usual, I create an outline, and what I do, I create a new layer and I just go above the draft sketch and choose the lines I like the most to create a clean look. After I'm done with that, I start coloring the illustration. So what we're doing in this illustration, we create the basic colors. In this case, let's start with a table napkin and cutlery setting. I colored the table napkin in red and the cutlery setting in light gray. What's important, I created these basic colors on two separate layers. It will make it easier to color the objects later. So after we created the basic color, let's open the layers and choose our red table napkin. Then click on this table napkin on the layer with the napkin and choose alpha lock. This would mean you are going to draw within the layer. Everything you draw will stay in this red color. Doesn't matter how chaotic you draw, it will still stay in this layer. So this is really great. As usual, I start with the shadows. I take a darker color. In this case, I'm going to have two darker colors, and then I check up with my reference photo to be sure where to put these colors. After I'm done with the first shadow color, I take the second one, a really dark one, and I add even more shadows so that I get some structure and depth in my illustration, so it will look more realistic. Always take a look at the reference photo. So now we're done with the shadows. I take a pink color and I put some highlights, but somehow I don't really have that many highlights on the reference photo, so I decided to take a deep, vibrant red color and go above these highlights and create some bright colors. And now we are going to draw the cutlery setting. For this, I open the layers and I go to the cutlery setting layer, and again I choose the alpha lock so that I can draw inside the layer. What we're doing here, we take a darker color, a darker gray color, and we take a look at our reference photo and check where the shadows go. Here we have some metal, some steel, so what's important here, you don't want to blend in too much color. What you want to do is to draw harsh brush strokes that will create this metallic look. Now let's take an even darker color and draw these really dark shadows. Especially on the knife, as you can see, some parts are really dark, so that's where we have to pay attention and really compare our illustration with the reference photo. Now we are drawing spoons, so what's important here? Also compare it always with your reference photo. The spoon itself has a lot of reflections, so check what these reflections look like. So now we are done with the shadows, and now the fun part is going to happen, and these are highlights. Drawing highlights on metal. That's what I love, because these highlights make your object become real. Well, I mean, more or less real, right? Just look how your illustration changes. It becomes metallic, it gets this metallic look. This is great. Again, don't blend too much. It's not about the blending this time. When drawing silver, gold, like any kinds of metal or iron or steel, it's never about blending. It's about the harsh strokes that create the look. Now we are done with the table napkin and cutlery setting, and we can start drawing the rope. Again, we open the layer menu and create a new layer where we draw a basic color, so some beige in this case, and we click the alpha lock. I guess there is not that much to explain on the rope. We just add a darker color for the shadows and a lighter color for the highlights. Done with this rope, and we can start drawing the spruce branch and the round berries. Again, these are two separate layers. For the berries, I create a new layer, draw a basic color, click the alpha lock and draw a shadow with a darker color, and then I draw highlights with a lighter color. The reference photo, the brushes and the palette, you are going to find this when you click the link down below. Just check out the description of the video and there you will find a link. So let's create some snow. What we do here, we change the size of our brush and change it to the smallest one and choose the white color. And then just go and put some dots there where you think the snow should be. And that's how we draw snow. It's pretty simple, I guess. And our round berries are done. Now let's draw these two spruce branches. Let's create a new layer and create some green lines. After we are done with that, we're going to click alpha lock again and create some shadows with a deeper green and the highlights with some lemon yellow. To create this spruce branch effect, I take an eraser and I erase some green color in strokes so that I get some spruce nails, so that they look more or less natural, more or less realistic. Now let's draw the cones. We have two cones on this reference photo, so that's what we're going to do. So as you can see, my cones are not perfect. It's just a shape of them and more or less some structure. I don't try to create a perfect look for the cones, as we still do understand what it is. When highlighting the cones, I don't take time at all. I just draw literally something. Some strokes, some uneven strokes, and it works for me, and I think it looks pretty good. I decided not to include how I draw the background. If you're interested in how I draw the backgrounds, just let me know. Now we are actually done with our illustration. So what we can do, we can again compare our reference photo with our illustration and create some deeper shadows if necessary. In this case, I'm going to create a shadow on our spruce branch. So that's it, our illustration is ready. What I usually do, I create a new layer above all the layers and I highlight the lightest parts of the illustration. In this case, I take another brush, it's a 6B pencil, and I go above all the layers and I draw these white strokes where necessary. So where the objects have their lightest point, that's where I draw the lines. This way I don't try to create a realistic illustration. My goal is to create some art. I create these pencil strokes so that you can see, okay, this is a drawing and I can see it and it's sketchy and I like it. after looking at it, I decided that the stem of the spruce branch is not really visible, so I decided to take a sketch brush and I just went above all the layers and drew the brown stem, and then I also created a shadow with a deeper brown color. If you liked the video, then please give it a thumb up and comment down below what exactly you liked. Let me know what you would like to see next. What are your thoughts? What are your ideas? What are your wishes? Let me know everything. I'm willing to communicate with you guys. So yeah, enjoy your day, have a nice one, and see you in the next video. Bye!